the gentleman from Kentucky, Mr. Yarmuth, to begin the questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for being here today, Mrs. Wilson. Our country owes you a great debt of gratitude for your service, and I think you're continuing that service today by appearing. I'd like to start by asking you about July 14th, 2003, the day that Robert Novak wrote the column in the Chicago Sun-Times identifying you as an agency operative on weapons of mass destruction, quote. But before I get to that, I want to ask you about the day before, July 13th. My understanding is that on that date, you were covert. Is that correct? On July 13th?
I was a covert officer, correct.
Without disclosing classified information, what does covert mean?
I'm not a lawyer, but my understanding is that the CIA is taking affirmative steps to ensure that there is no links between the operations officer and the Central Intelligence Agency. I mean, that's simple.
And you, as you said, and my understanding is that your work was classified for purposes of many of the regulations and the laws we're talking about. Your work was classified on that day, July 13th.
That's correct.
Did the July 14th column destroy your covert position and your classified status?
Yes, it did. I could no longer perform the work for which I had been highly trained. I could no longer travel overseas or do the work for which my career, which I loved. It was done.
And this may be a simplistic question, but the information that was disclosed in Robert Novak's column, is it correct to say that that is information that you would not have disclosed yourself?
That is correct.
How did you react when you learned that your identity had been disclosed?
I found out very early in the morning when my husband came in and dropped the newspaper on the bed and said he did it. And I quickly turned and read the article, and I felt like I had been hit in the gut. It was over in an instant, and I immediately thought of my family's safety, the agents and networks that I had worked with, and everything goes through your mind in an instant.
What effect did the leak have on you professionally?
Professionally? Well, I could no longer do the work which I had been trained to do. After that, there is no way that you can serve overseas in a covert capacity. And so that career path was terminated.
Did the leak make you feel that your entire career had been thrown out the window, essentially? Had been wasted at all?
Not wasted, but certainly terminated prematurely.
You've talked a little bit about your concern about the effect of the leak on your professional contacts. Did you have any contact with those people who expressed their concern about the effect on their professional career?
No, I did not, but I do know the agency did a damage assessment. They did not share it with me, but I know that it certainly puts the people and the contacts I had all in jeopardy, even if they were completely innocent in nature.
And what effect do you think it had at the broadest level? I'm talking about, for future CIA employees and future sources.
I think it had a very negative effect. If our government cannot even protect my identity, future foreign agents who might consider working with the Central Intelligence Agency and providing needed intelligence would think twice. Well, they can't even protect one of their own. How are they going to protect me? As well as the agency is working very hard to attract highly talented young people into its ranks because we do have profound challenges facing our country today. And I can't think that that helped those efforts.
I can't see the clock, Mr. Chairman. I don't know whether my time has expired or not, but
We have 9 seconds.
9. Well, I'll yield back the balance of my seconds to Chair. Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Yarmuth.